come on, she's not that bad.
Not to you. I'm the one she's got in her sights.
Well, maybe she's a bit more gung-ho.
A bit?
She wants to get to Chief Commissioner in 2 years' time. This job's important to her. She's trying to make an impression.
Yeah, the impression of her jackbird's on my face. See? She told me she wants me out of here, which isn't paranoia.
I didn't say that.
She's impulsive. She doesn't always follow the game plan.
I admit that Parrish does have very strong opinions, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It is, if it means she's not going to be objective about the case at hand. She's also reluctant to follow instructions. Maybe it's just me she won't listen to.
I am aware that you two haven't exactly hit it off.
Look, we don't need to hit it off. I don't want to be her best friend. I just want to be able to work with her. And as a sergeant, I'd have to say it hasn't been easy so far.
Well, she hasn't really had the opportunity to show you what she's capable of. Perhaps I should talk to her.
No, I'll deal with this myself. It's a staffing matter.
Well, if we gave her a little more responsibility, perhaps a case of her own to run.
Quite frankly, I've got to tell you, I doubt whether she has what it takes to be a member of this team.
So this is some sort of test?
No, think of it as a chance to show me that you're an asset to this station. I need to see that you can run a case on your own.
I've worked on heaps of cases.
Yeah, all right, hang on a minute,
Joe.
Just hear me out. I need to see that you can let the evidence lead you to the logical conclusion without letting your heart get in the way.
And if I don't?
Theft on Lucas Road, warehouse.
I'll go.
No, Joe will take this one.
You want me to go with her?
No, you mind the shop. I'll go. You, make the running, OK? Fine with me? You take the report, do the whole thing. I'll just stay in the background.
Gary Scully!
G'day, Joan.
What are you doing here?
Working, what do you reckon?
I didn't think you were a salary man.
Depends whether winter's coming on or not, you know.
Anyway, I might better get on with it. Can you tell me where I'd find a Ms. Phillips?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be over there in the office.
OK, thanks. Hi, I'm Constable Parrish. This is Sergeant Gallagher. We're here about the theft, Cheryl?
Cheryl Ann, come through. Now, I know that one of the clocks was on the boss's desk last night.
Right, are you sure he didn't take it with him?
No, I was there when he left. I'm sure it was.
Have you contacted him?
I've been trying, but he's not answering his mobile.
OK. And it's some sort of clock that's missing, is it?
Yes. Swiss Action, Chirping Bird, the Four Works.
A cuckoo clock.
That's exactly what struck me as really weird. There are so many cool things in the catalogue.
The catalogue, sorry, what?
Yeah, we run a mail order business. Lots of really good stuff in there.
Right.
You'd think they'd take something really cool. We have some lovely lava lamps.
Right, and it's just the one item that's missing, is it?
Yep, I'm pretty sure. Yep. I did a stock check and we're one clock down.
Was it home working late last night?
No, I was the last one to leave.
And what time would that have been?
I locked up at 6:30.
OK, thank you very much.
No worries.
Welcome to the great cuckoo clock mystery.
Hey, that clock is worth $350.
Yeah.
Morning, boss.
Hey, boss.
G'day. What's going on?
Ms. Phillips called us about the theft of a cuckoo clock.
Look, this has all been a terrible mistake. Let me have a word to Cheryl Ann. I'll see what she's talking about.
Sorry, Mr. Patterson.
Oh, look, it's all right, love. And look, I'm sorry to waste your time here too, Sergeant.
That's all right.
Why don't you go and have a tea break, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm in the middle of invoices.
No, it's okay. It can wait. Go on, that's all right. Most of my staff here is the long-term unemployed. I do it as a bit of community service. Well, somebody's got to give the poor buggers a go. Anyway, thanks again.
Mind telling us what happened?
Oh, this? Yeah. Stupid, really. Walked into a door.
Pretty decent injury.
Bloody big door.
There's no complaint.
Well, what about the stolen clock?
Miss Phillips has admitted that was a mistake.
After he pressured her.
If there's no complaint, we've got no grounds to investigate.
Well, what about his black eye? You don't actually think he got that walking into a door, do you?
Well, there's been a spate of those lately. Every few days, a door flies off its hinges and hits an unsuspecting citizen.
An eventful morning.
You could say that.
There's an abandoned truck out on Ketch's Gorge Road. It looks like it's been there all night.
I'm onto it. Okay if I take Joe?
No, there's some things I wanted to follow up. Take Jack.
Ah, there she blows. Better get a set of usuals that could be stolen.
Mount Thomas Road 08 to VKC, requesting usuals on a white truck. Registration November Hotel Juliet 517.
Stand by, 208.
He was carrying computer parts, motherboards, hard disk drives.
I'll be with a bit.
Yeah, well, I could be under the Dewhurst, the trucking company. They reckon the load was worth about $200,000.
Oh, the driver able to tell us what happened?
Well, he's in hospital with a nasty gash to his head, but he said a car cut him off. Bloke at a balaclava got out, biffed him, tied him up, and then drove off with the truck and unloaded the stuff somewhere.
Any ideas where?
Well, no, he was blindfolded. He reckoned they drove for about 10 minutes, though.
Doesn't help as much.
No, but he saw the car. It was a blue Holden Sunbird.
See the rego?
Only a glimpse. He's not sure, but he reckons it might have started with an N. There could have been a 4 in there somewhere.
He's not sure. Right.
Jack's checking that out anyway.
I better get out there.
Excuse me.
Is Cheryl?
Cheryl Ann.
Cheryl Ann.
I just came in to let you know that we found the missing cuckoo clock.
That's very good of you.
What is?
To come all this way to tell us.
Oh, no bother. I mean, there's no point you wasting your time when nothing's been stolen.
Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Well, I better get back to work, so... Cheerio.
Why is she so keen to let us know they found the clock?
So we don't waste any more time on it.
No, Patterson sent her here to stop us sniffing round.
Joe,
There's something
look,
going
Joe,
on out there. I don't know what
Joe.
it is.
Leave it alone.
If I question Patterson, I can find out what it is.
Parrish, I believe I just heard Sergeant Gallagher give you a direct instruction.
Boss.
And as I recall, it's your turn to collect the lunches.
Gary! G'day.
Found that cuckoo clock yet?
No, I was told there wasn't one missing.
Stupid bloody things. I always try and take a smoker when they strike the hour.
So what's Gil Patterson like to work for?
Oh, he's all right. Can't complain. Who else is going to give someone like me a job, eh?
The rest of his employees get along with him?
Oh, most of them are grateful to have a job. So, yeah, they get on.
Anyone with any grievances against him? You didn't take a swing at him, did you, Gary?
No. Why would I do that?
G'day, Gary.
G'day.
Joe.
Just having a friendly chat. So, do you know anyone who would like to take a swing at him, Gary?
Craig Simpson got the sack last night. He's probably not a member of the Gil Patterson fan club.
Come on!
All right, you know what the boss is like when his lunch is late?
All right, but you don't have to hurry.
Well, what's going on?
I'm just saying we can take our time.
Ah, come on. You want enough?
Hang on. Craig Simpson, is it?
Yes?
I'm Constable Joe Parrish. This is Constable Jack Lawson, Mount Thomas Police.
Yeah?
Can we come in?
Why?
We're making some inquiries about a cuckoo clock that's gone missing. Would you know anything about that, Craig?
No, I don't know anything about any cuckoo clock.
We understand you're employed by Mr. Patterson at his warehouse.
I was, yeah.
Until yesterday.
That's right.
Was there some sort of altercation between you and Mr. Patterson at the warehouse last night?
No.
How'd you get that bruise?
Well, I had a few too many last night and I fell over.
So you didn't get a fighting with Gil Patterson?
If I did, he wouldn't have got a punching. He's an old bloke.
Did you steal a clock?
Did he tell you that?
Did you? Mind if we come in and have a look around?
Yeah. Yeah, I do mind. I told you I don't know anything about any bloody cuckoo clocks.
So you didn't steal one from the warehouse?
It's one of those stupid things anyway.
That clock you don't know anything about keeps pretty good time.
It's tucker time.
What were you two?
Starving. Any longer it would have turned to cannibalism.
Yeah, we got tied up.
You said you left the pub half an hour ago.
I was following something up, boss.
On whose authority?
I was using my initiative. Mr. Simpson has agreed to come in and help us clear up a misunderstanding about a clock. Mind if we use your office, PJ? Mr. Simpson, to come through.
It's a present from a gran. It's a birthday tomorrow.
Where'd you get it?
He gave it to me.
Who would that be?
Patterson.
And why would he do that?
Because it was broken.
Well, it seems to be working all right now.
Yeah, that's because I fixed it.
Know a bit about clocks, do you?
Not really. Once I started mucking around with it, wasn't that hard to figure out.
And why didn't you tell us all this before?
Because it's none of your business. Now listen, I came down here to help clear this up. If you don't believe me, you ask Patterson, all right?
He's lying, boss. Craig stole the clock.
But Gil Patterson says there are no clocks missing.
He's lying too.
Why would he do that?
Craig stole the clock last night, right? Gil must have gone back to the warehouse for something, caught him in the act and sacked him. Craig got angry and assaulted him.
So why didn't Gil tell you any of this when you spoke to him this morning?
Well, Craig must have threatened him. He's standing over him.
Well, it would explain why Gil refuses to make a complaint against whoever it was who assaulted him.
If he was assaulted.
And it would explain why Gil would go out of his way to reassure us that no clock is missing.
So what do you suggest as the next course of action?
Keep Craig here while we speak to Gil Patterson again, see if we can get him to tell us what really happened and possibly charge Craig Simpson with assault.
Sergeant?
It's Joe's case.
Craig Simpson? What do you want to know? God, he's another of the great unwashed. I had to let him go, unfortunately.
Oh, why was that?
Oh, didn't work out. He didn't fit in with the rest of the team. He's a nice enough kid, just a bit of a slacker.
And how did he take the news?
He was upset. Wouldn't you be? Losing your job, never easy.
Is this one of your clocks, Mr. Patterson?
I sell that model, yes. That's a very popular item in the catalogue, that's Swiss-made.
Craig Simpson says you gave it to him.
Oh, look. Let's not make a big thing of this, OK?
We have reason to believe that this is stolen property, sir, so if you can identify it, it'd assist us.
Look, I don't know what all this song and dance is about. OK, I gave Craig Simpson a clock.
Why was that?
It was broken anyway. I would have tossed it out if I didn't give it to him.
Did Craig Simpson threaten you in any way?
What's all this about?
Please just answer the question.
No, of course he didn't.
Did he assault you?
No one assaulted me. I told you. Sergeant, is there some point to all of this? Because it seems to me as though your constable's accusing me of lying.
Sorry about the inconvenience. Thanks for helping to clear it up.
Oh, it's fine.
Won't take up any more of your time.
Mr. Patterson.
G'day, Craig. Got a new job yet, mate?
I thought I'd take a breather. I've only been unemployed for half a day.
Well, how about I give you a lift, eh?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sergeant.
I don't buy it.
Can I have a word? I have given you the benefit of the doubt up until now. I even asked Craig to stay an extra few minutes so that we could see the two of them together. Now, did they really act like two people who had a fight last night? No. So is this the end of it?
It's the end of me.
Sorry?
You've got what you wanted. Yet another example of how Parish won't toe the line. Now you can send me off to another station.
Take a seat. That is not what I want.
Could have fooled me.
Joe, this isn't personal. A large part of my job is ensuring that the team is working to its fullest capacity.
And you think I'm not?
I think you've got the potential to be a great copper. But you've got to learn to curb your impulsiveness.
What are gut feelings, instincts?
Yes, instincts are important, but not when the evidence doesn't back them up.
I don't want to leave.
Joe, I have to put together a team of people who are all pulling in the same direction. A team of people who are working together.
Without me.
It's up to you.
Certainly, if you could just let us know as soon as you can, that'd be great.
Any word on the car from the truck heist?
No blue Sunbirds registered in Mount Thomas. Just checking the rest of the district now.
Oh, no one in the area with any form for holding up trucks?
Well, I'm expecting a call from the armed
Wait,
squad.
someone forgot their cooker clock.
The thing's becoming the bane of my life.
Joe, can you drop it off to Mr. Simpson?
You all right?
Oh, good. Who dreams up these things? Look at this. Item 277. Alien mask complete with voice distorted. That'd go pretty well at the interview room, eh? How do you reckon a lava lamp would look in here, Joe?
Yeah. PJ, what would you do if you knew there'd been a theft and an assault, but both parties denied it?
Well, it's their choice, Joe.
That's what she said.
Well, she's the sergeant.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean she's right.
No, but it means she's in charge of you.
When Craig steals a clock, why? He hardly strikes me as a clock lover. Gil sacks him, but won't admit that he stole it. Maybe Craig's got some dirt on Gil.
Dirt?
Craig could be standing over him.
Which one's the employer?
Gil. Or Gil could be up to something shady and Craig found out about it.
Then the last thing you want to do is sack him, eh?
What's Patterson up to? What has this got to do with it?
It could be fraud.
Well, how would
Well,
that work?
Patterson, he runs a mail order business, right? Now, maybe he's substituting cheap clocks for the genuine article. Craig might have found out. It's worth checking out.
Well, who by?
A jeweller. Laszlo Kovacs will do it for you, eh?
I've got to get it back to Craig.
Well, you stall him. Won't take Laszlo long.
Hey, we've got a suspect for this truck heist. Guess he's graduated to armed robbery since we saw him last.
I'll leave you to it all.
You leave it with me.
It's Jared Ryan.
Can you tell us what you're up to last night?
I had a quiet one. Opened up a tin of spag bowl and sat in front of the telly.
Yeah, I'm going to confirm this.
Nah, stick to yourself. That's my motto. That and stay out of trouble.
But you haven't stayed out of trouble, have you?
Don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
you're a regular Ned Kelly, aren't you? Bailing up unsuspecting truck drivers.
Mate, there wasn't any evidence. It got thrown out of court.
Right, you know anything about computers, Jared?
I can't even work my video.
Well, a truckload of computer parts was stolen last night.
Yeah? What a shame.
What sort of car do you drive?
Commodore, mate.
Well, it checks out. For what it's worth, the neighbours confirmed that his vehicle was out the front of his house last night.
Anything?
Jared was very accommodating. He invited us to search his house. And? Zilch.
What a surprise.
Well, I take it there are other avenues you're pursuing?
Well, there's no sign of the blue sunbird, and there's no one with form in the immediate area, so nothing is leaping out at me at the minute.
Well, a truckload of computer parts just doesn't evaporate into the ether.
Look, I'll have a word to the driver. He might remember something.
Yeah, I reckon it might be worthwhile doing a door knock.
A door knock? Where? We don't know where the truck was unloaded.
Well, the truck was stolen from Ketcher's Gorge Road, right? The driver said that they drove him for about 10 minutes, then they dumped the stuff, and then they brought him back and dumped him in the vehicle. There's only a couple of ways they could have gone.
If we concentrate on Babbage Street and Boundary Road, we might turn something up.
All right, Jack, Joe, off you go.
What's going on?
Jack, will you cover for me?
What about the door knock?
Start it off for me. I've got to go back out to the
The
warehouse.
sergeant's going to crucify you.
Patterson is involved in fraud. I'm right about Patterson. I know I am. So, will you cover for me or not?
Means you're really interested in cuckoo clocks, aren't you?
Yeah, must be a fetish or something.
Is there anything written on the boxes that says where they're made?
Why asking all these questions?
Give her a break, Murray.
Shouldn't she have a warrant or something?
She's just doing her job.
This is where you got one. Which way my name's the best to stop me.
Did your boss tell you not to talk to me?
Not as such, no. He just said if the cops have any questions about the business, we should get you to go and talk.
What's he got to hide?
Do you have any idea how hard it is to get a job in Mount Thomas? How easy it will be to lose one?
Just relax, mate.
We're only here in the first place because of Rids. And she's going to wreck it for us.
Rid, sorry, what?
Rural Infrastructure Development Scheme for the long-term unemployed.
All right, never heard of it.
Yeah, we like to call it the really interesting Dole-Bludger scheme. Government pays Patterson to hire the unemployable. Now, it's really good while it lasts, which is about 3 months. Then the employer has to pay full wages.
That's a bit of a bum deal.
No, I look at it this way. Everyone gets a job.
For 3 months. Oh, here we go.
Can I help you, Constable?
No, Mr. Patterson, I was just leaving. Thanks for your time.
Oh, God, I was about to send out the dog squad after you two. Any sightings of the truck?
No, nothing. It was my fault. Sorry, my knees bunged.
Look, I know a door knock isn't every copper's favourite job, but it's all police work.
Boss, can I have a word?
If it's a quick one, yeah.
I was talking to some of the workers at Patterson's
When was this?
this afternoon.
I'm not going to like this conversation, am I, Parrish?
Patterson is rorting a government employment scheme. He gets cheap labour for 3 months and then tosses his workers on the scrap heap.
That's hardly a matter for the police. Look, it may be unfair, immoral even, but I doubt if it's illegal.
I think that's why Patterson sacked Craig Simpson. He'd worked his 3 months, so he gave him the flick. I mean, it's no wonder Craig assaulted him.
It's beginning to sound like you're carrying some sort of vendetta against Gil Patterson. Look, perseverance is a good thing, Parrish. Obsessiveness isn't. Now, I'm instructing you to leave Gil Patterson alone. Understood?
Yes, boss.
Right. So does your sergeant know that you didn't spend the whole afternoon door knocking?
No, not yet. I'll just go.
Don't. I don't want to hear another word about this. Is that clear?
Oh, Joe, this came in earlier for you from Craig Simpson. Some about his clock.
Didn't you return it to him?
I just must slip my mind. It's just in PJ's office, so I'll grab it.
Are you coming for a drink, Joe?
Yeah, later.
Okay. Bye, Joe.
Yeah, I'll see you there. Oh, gee.
What are you doing in my office?
There's the clock.
Yeah, I picked it up from Laszlo's.
And?
Well, the cuckoo mechanism has been fixed, as he said, ingeniously with a rubber band. Turns out this Swiss cuckoo clock is not so Swiss after all. Well, the case is Swiss, but the mechanism is El Cheapo Taiwanese.
Well, then we've got him.
Doesn't prove anything. It's only one clock. Now, if you want to get him, you're going to have to prove that he's selling them. You'll find a warehouse full of them. But you'd be lucky.
Thomas 800 to VKC. I'm at the scene of a possible hotberg. Patterson's warehouse on Lucas Road. I'm one up, request backup.
Received 800.
Something's happening, I'm going in. Police, don't move!
This girl is out of control. I want her brought up on charges.
All right, Mr. Patterson, just calm down and tell us exactly what happened.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll tell you what happened. She burst in here, guns a-blazing. She tried to shoot me in my own bloody warehouse. Oh.
What happened to your foot?
Well, Einstein here drops a box of clocks on me when Annie Oakley storms in on us.
I heard a noise. I thought there was a burg in progress and someone was being assaulted. That's why I came in.
So what are you doing here so late, sir?
I'm here so late because I have a pile of orders I'm waiting to get out. The question you should be asking is what she...
Thank you, but we'll ask the questions here. Excuse me. Joe?
I was looking for evidence.
Evidence of what exactly?
Substituting cheap imitation clocks for the ones listed in the catalogue.
What's his motive for that?
Ripping people off.
Why would I do that?
Mr. Patterson.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to prove your constable here is lying. She's done nothing but persecute me from the moment she set foot in my warehouse.
I gave you a direct instruction to leave Gil Patterson alone. What's the first thing you do? You go off and start rummaging through his bin.
I needed to find evidence that he was substituting cheap clock
Who
mechanisms
authorised
for the
this
one
investigation
in
of
the
yours?
I was following a hunch.
Pursuing a grudge. That's how it looks.
Craig Simpson probably fixed the cuckoo mechanism on that clock, but his movement is a cheap copy.
How do you know that?
Well, I had a jeweller look at it.
Okay, so this is Craig Simpson's clock, right? The one that both he and Gil Patterson told you he didn't steal. The one that you were meant to take back to him after he left it in the station.
I did take it back, but first PJ thought I should probably get someone to...
PJ knew about this?
I might have mentioned that I was going to look into it.
So you went to the warehouse looking for what?
Evidence of cheap clock mechanisms.
After your shift had finished. Yet you're still in uniform, still carrying your radio and your firearm.
I had to find out what he was up to.
After hours.
If you'd let me pursue my investigation...
So it's my fault now, is it?
All right, let's just keep calm, shall we?
I've had a legitimate case to pursue, and she's blocked me every step.
Legitimate?
You've just pulled me up on technicalities.
Enough. Now, if you two have got problems working with each other, I want them sorted out now. All right. After you finished looking in Patterson's bins, you decided to enter the warehouse. Why?
I heard a noise from inside, but there were no lights on. I called D24 for backup. Then I heard someone scream out. I assumed there was a dangerous situation and someone may have been injured, so I entered on my own.
How did you enter the warehouse?
Through the side door.
This door was unlocked?
Not just unlocked, it was wide open.
We always keep this door locked after hours. I've got valuable stock to protect.
Well, Constable Parrish says the door was open.
No, that's not possible.
Then how did she get in?
Well, that's why I called you here. One of my workers noticed this morning. Look! The lock's been forced. Pretty obvious how she got in.
I didn't break in.
He wants you charged with burglary and being unlawfully on premises. He's also making noises about assault charges.
He's lying.
He has a witness.
One of his employees who he can pressure into saying whatever he likes.
He's also made an official complaint.
He's trying to stitch me up.
Excuse me, you wanted to see me? Come on, please. Joe wouldn't break in.
I don't believe it either, but we have to take his accusations seriously. He's made a complaint to the Brave.
It's bogus, like everything else about Patterson. Now, if you ask me, Joe has got a case. The goods in the catalogue are shonky.
I should have guessed that you'd encouraged her.
She came to me. I'm a detective, and I gave her some tips.
Yeah, look where your tips have landed her.
Fraud is fraud, Sergeant. Who knows what else he's passing off as the real thing? There might not even be real lava in those lava lamps.
Sounds like it might be worth rattling Patterson's
No, look,
cage
I've
a
been
bit.
through all this ad nauseum with Joe.
Unless you really do have it in for her.
What?
You realise if you pull the pin on this investigation, Joe hasn't got a hope in hell.
Do you think that's what I want?
I think you want her out of the force.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
No.
I would love to see Joe vindicated.
Then why don't you just let her do her job and get off her back?
Me? She's her own worst
Oh,
enemy.
come on,
Who
please.
encouraged her to go snooping around
Let's
that
stop
warehouse?
wasting time here, eh? Now, none of us actually believe that Joe broke in, so let's prove it. So, why'd you get the sack?
I don't know. Why don't you ask my boss?
Slacking off, will you?
Nah, I work pretty hard, thanks.
What I don't understand is why Patterson would sack you and then give you a valuable clock.
Look, mate, I've already been through this before, all right? It was busted. I asked if I could have it.
This was before or after he gave you the
Before.
job? So he says to you, here's your clock, now you take a walk.
Yeah,
But
something
it was
like that.
broken, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I fixed it.
Difficult job.
No, I took a look at the cuckoo bit and I fixed it. The rest of it was stuffed and I replaced it with a whole new movement.
And Gil Patterson gave you this cheap replacement, did he?
No.
But there were plenty of cheap clocks in the warehouse, weren't there?
I don't know anything about that.
So where did you get the part you needed?
There is a second-hand clock shop in St David's, all right?
Shopkeeper confirms that he sold a whole clock mechanism to Craig Simpson yesterday morning.
Which means there's nothing to the fraud case.
Oh, we could try another angle. We could have another chat with Patterson.
I don't think that would be wise.
He is
right
trying
now.
to set Joe up.
PJ. Sergeant Gallagher, she's your constable. Do you want to do this or shall I?
You're the boss.
Take a seat. I've just had word from Evan Lee that ESD will conduct an investigation into the incident at Patterson's last night. I suggest you review your notes for the case. I'll want an explanation of your actions.
I didn't do anything wrong.
You directly disobeyed an instruction. You'll receive an admonishment for that at the very least. They'll also look into the burglary and assault charges. If the allegations are substantiated, you may not only lose your job, you may face criminal proceedings. Any news on the truck heist?
Yeah, on that.
Yeah, I'm still looking for the blue Sunbird, boss.
Well, get on with it.
Well, you heard the boss. Sure you've all got things you need to be following up?
Yeah, I sure do.
Hey, Gary. PJ. What are you doing here?
Just a friendly chat, mate. Thought we might grab some lunch.
Already got my lunch here, mate.
I was thinking about something a bit more nutritious.
What's this all about, anyway?
I just want to have a chat about your boss.
I don't think that's a great idea right now.
Oh, Gary, I'm not talking about trade secrets. Just talking about a couple of questions. I'm buying.
Might need a couple of cleansing hours to wash it down.
You got yourself a deal.
That's about all there is to tell. I just pack boxes.
Patterson have any visitors lately? Man, anyone you hadn't seen before?
I don't take much notice of what management does.
Gary, you would have seen he was going in and out of the office though, wouldn't you?
Printer came in occasionally. That's about it. Can't think of anything else.
I would have thought a square meal would have jogged your memory.
Ah. Oh, his niece. His niece was up last week.
His niece?
Yeah, that's what he said anyway. She was around for a few days in the office. Don't know whether that's any help to you.
PJ, I'm supposed to be collecting stats from the
Joe, you
rubber
were
sheets.
right about Patterson. He is shonky as a two-bob watch. Now we need you to dig deeper.
I'm in enough trouble. I can't.
And you won't get out of it if you sit back and you let him set you up.
What am I supposed to do? He's watching me like a hawk out
I'm
there.
going to follow up a lead on Patterson's niece. I need you to find out how Craig Simpson's connected.
Well, how can I do that if I go to the warehouse again? I'm stuffed.
There are ways and means, Joe. And you start with his alibi.
Got a lead on a blue Sunbird registered in Beechworth to Mrs. Serena Simpson, mother of Craig Simpson.
I kept it registered under my mum's name. It's cheaper insurance.
So it is your car?
Yeah, but I haven't driven it for a while. The engine's been playing up.
I thought you would have fixed it. I mean, you're pretty good with your hands, or is that just with cuckoo clocks? Craig, did you take your car for a spin Monday night?
Nope.
Drive to work that day?
I rode my bike.
What time did you leave work?
I don't know. 6:30.
This would have been after Gil Patterson gave you the sack, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Why do you want to
Simple
know?
question. Where did you go after work? Right, I'll tell you where you went. You went out to Ketcher's Gorge Road. You hijacked the truck, didn't you?
Oh, get
It
real.
fits. Happened just after 7. The driver ID'd your car.
I don't know anything about any truck.
Where were you then?
Well, I felt a bit low about getting the sack. Now, believe it or not, I actually liked working at Patterson, so I went around to a mate's place and got rat-faced.
And your mate's name?
Murray Doherty.
Murray confirms his alibi.
Well, they could be in it together.
No, we searched Craig's house. Not a computer part inside. Chrissy, same again, thanks.
So how does Craig explain his car being used for the heist?
Well, he reckons it was knocked off.
And put back afterwards. It was very considerate of them.
What are you two whispering about?
Well, no whispering.
Thanks heaps, PJ. No, really, thanks a lot. What's up? I lost my job, that's what's up. Boss didn't like me nicking off at lunchtime talking to you.
Well, that's unfair dismissal. You could do something.
Thanks, but I've had all the help I need from the police for one day. Beer thanks, Chris. Make it a jug.
Hey, Gary.
PJ shout.
What are you doing out at Patterson's today?
No, I just sniffing around, that's all.
Joe have anything to do with this?
No, I just went out there off my own bat. You got a problem with that?
Not at all.
Shirley, I shouldn't be talking to you. I need to talk to you about Murray Doherty.
What about him?
Are you going to get him sacked now? I suppose you want the same thing to happen to me.
Gil Patterson has no right to tell you who you can and can't talk to, okay?
It's fine for you to say.
Well, Murray and Craig mates.
What do you care?
Craig says he spent Monday night at Murray's place, okay? Can you remember what time Murray left work? Something. This could be really important.
He usually left at 5 on the dot.
Did you hear them making plans or something?
No. I want to go now.
What is going on out there?
Please!
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Look, they all hang out together, okay? They're all mates. Craig, Murray and Jared.
Jared, are you talking about Jared Ryan?
Yeah. He used to work with us. He got laid off about a month ago.
Craig and Jared did the truck heist.
Just because they work together doesn't mean that they're
Craig
in some...
provided the car, okay? Jared brought the experience. Their mate Murray Doherty provided the alibi.
Makes sense.
If I can just speak to them, I'm sure I can find a link to Gil Patterson.
Parish.
Look, it's just too much of a coincidence. They all worked for him.
Monica Draper will be here first thing in the morning. Now is not a good time to go after Gil Patterson on what might be a totally unrelated matter.
Unless you have anything more than a hunch to go on. Do you?
No.
Bit early for you, isn't it, PJ?
Well, we've got a link to Patterson.
Persistent, aren't you?
We did a bit of a ring around last night and made a few more calls.
Looking for what exactly?
Just looking into his business connections, family.
Sure this isn't turning into a bit of a witch
Well,
hunt?
I had a word to my mate Gary Scully, and Patterson's niece was in town last week.
It turns out she's married to one of the Dewhurst brothers. They owned the truck that got knocked over on Monday night.
Oh, come on. Hey. Perhaps you'd like to tell me what it is you're looking for.
Stolen computer parts, Mr. Patterson.
It's all in the warrant.
Oh, look, this is ridiculous. From the moment she walked in the door, she has done nothing but persecute me.
Hello. Seems you processed an awful lot of orders this week.
She planted that evidence. That is why she broke in.
Let's have a look at your stock, shall we?
Is it, boss?
Shut up, Murray. Just shut up.
How do you explain the computer parts found at your warehouse, Mr. Patterson?
They had nothing to do with me. You should have a word to some of my employees. I must have some bad apples in that bunch.
Do you know a Jared Ryan?
No.
He used to work for you.
Well, I get so many people through my doors. You know, they never last long.
That's because you fire them all after 3 months.
Well, you're going to arrest me for that.
We hear your niece was at the warehouse last week.
She had nothing to do with any of this.
You heard about the truck routes through her.
She was visiting, that's all.
The Fitzroy police are on their way to pick her up. They'll be asking her what information she may have given you.
There's no need for that. She's not involved in any of this.
Any of what? Thought you said you didn't know anything about stolen computer parts. Look, wouldn't you...